Hello friends, welcome to the post-market update. It was a volatile day for the Indian markets, although the Indian markets outperformed the Asia in today's trades. In the noon, we saw some sell-off after the rupee depreciated to around 57.33, but later in the afternoon, we saw the markets picking up. There were statements that from the IMD that they're expecting the monsoons to be normal. Apart from that, the lower crude prices, which could reduce the current account deficit, boosted the sentiments overall for the Indian markets, and we saw a good bounce back from the lows that it had made during the day. Among the sector specific, we saw metal stocks got hammered today, and they were weak because of the weak global prices. Apart from that, the IT sector was under pressure. Despite the rupee depreciating, we saw the IT remaining under pressure because of the weak US economic data. Among the other sector specific, the outperformers were real estate, where after the JP Morgan, which has initiated a buy on HDIL, we have seen some good action happening in the real estate pack, including DLF, HDIL, Orbit Corporation, which were the major gainers in today's trade. Apart from that, the auto sector was on the positive mark, and the consumer was almost the flat in today's trade. Under the underperformers, as I mentioned, the metals were down by around 1.6%, the capital goods sector was down by around 0.6%, and IT sector was down by around 0.3%. Among stock specific, Reliance continued its weak trend and was sliding in today's trade also, because after the Nico has cut its reserves estimate for the KGD6. Also, Bank of America has downgraded Reliance, because of which we saw the weakness happening in the counter. Apart from that, the outperformers in today's trade was ONGC, which was up by around 2% after the company has entered a joint venture with the Chinese oil major for its exploration in oil and gas worldwide. On that sentiments, the counter was on the positive territory. The Kotak Bank, Bank of Baroda, both were up by around 1%, and Cipla was traded about 1% up. On the underperformers, after the CCI's report on the cement, we saw good hammering happening in the cement stocks, where JP Associates lost almost 5%, ACC lost around 3%, and among the metal stocks, Hindalco was down by around 3% and Tisco by around 3%. Friends, the rupee was sitting at around 57.40, and overall we don't have major events in the next week. Now we would have almost a week which would expire next year. So apart from that, globally also, and even domestic, we have seen almost the major events which have been over. So markets would now be looking forward to as to how the next week, where the expiry is taking place, would end up. So that's it from the overall markets. Thanks and have a nice day.